He's a rational investor, dividend digester. Saves some of his paycheck just like all his ancestors. Him looking for high yields, that's never the case. He's seeking 6% return. Slow and steady wins the race. We pay our debts in our currency that might be unfurled if it's no longer the reserve currency of the world. Confidence in the dollar is permanent. Just ask any scholar. People are exchanging their dollars for dog money. Dog money? Dog money. Dog money. We trading it in for dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. Dog money. I'm putting it all in dog money.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to Satoshi's Bitcoin Chart Show, everybody. This is the Bitcoin forecast, the strength of the system, the health of the network, where we find out what's up with what is going down. So now my voice is coming back after shouting for England, even though they lost on penalties yet again. Let's just jump straight into these figures because they're probably slightly more positive. Let's do this. Here we go. So starting from left to right, we've got Corecoin, we've got Bcrash, we've got Bitcoin, which is BSV, which is the original protocol and makes it the true Bitcoin, the real Bitcoin, the genuine Bitcoin. And then we've got Fisher Price Cash here on the end from Anne-Marie. Well done to him. So we'll start off with a Corecoin, and we're just going to let Peter McCormack explain this picture for us. Give me 2 seconds. Should have had this one ready. Here we go. The one I like to use because it says it all perfectly clearly. Yeah, it's around here somewhere. Yep. There we go. Knew it was around there. Let's move that along the top there. There we go. Rock and roll. And we're ready. Right, Peter McCormack, if you could just be so kind as to explain this image for us, that would be much appreciated.
Bitcoin is so different now from when Satoshi was here.
That's why I don't call it Bitcoin. It's Corecoin.
It's a completely different project.
Oh, it's nothing like it. You know, I mean, if it's a completely different project, it's not Bitcoin, is it then, Pete?
It doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore.
What do you mean it doesn't matter who Satoshi is anymore? He's the one that created it. Do you not think he's going to be a little bit pissed that you've changed it beyond all recognition?
Even if Satoshi came back, I don't think he would just be immediately welcomed as having this God-given right to decide what happens with Bitcoin. I think he would have to earn his right back into the project.
Why would he want to do that? You've segregated the signatures on the chain, which holds everybody equally accountable, which means that Blockstream now centrally control the system, which means it has no fundamental value as money because it's turned Bitcoin from a commodity into a security. It's a complete waste of time and utterly fundamentally worthless.
Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
What, like it wasn't before? Did you even read the white paper? Can we have that one more time, Pete?
Project Bitcoin is built based on consensus now.
Are you sure about that, Pete? Because it didn't sound like it to me. And now we'll have a listen to Tony Vay sounding equally confused about SegWit.
Why do you think BTC is valuable?
It's valuable because it's the only unconfiscatable asset we have, and that is because that comes from its decentralization. I think Bitcoin is the only valuable crypto asset we have because of the nature of how it started in its first few years.
And when you say Bitcoin, you mean BTC, right?
Absolutely.
But are you aware that in 2017, they changed the rules so that BTC no longer follows the Bitcoin white paper?
That is not true at all.
The white paper says that there needs to be a chain of signatures.
Sure.
Okay, so that's not what we have anymore. That's how SegWit changed that.
Okay, but it's still Bitcoin.
Nice one, Tone, you bonehead. And now we'll have a listen to Roger Ver. So, Roger Ver. What plans have you got for Bcrash?
And we're going to really spread Bitcoin Crash across the entire country here in Antigua.
Yeah, good luck with that, mate. And what do you say to all those multinational companies who say they need a regulatory compliant monetary system in order to conduct billions, if not trillions of dollars of global trade on an annual basis?
the ones that say that the blockchains all need to be legally compliant about everything all the time, just go use your Visa card.
Yeah, like that's going to work. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. BTC is now no longer Bitcoin because they've segregated the signatures, but they've stolen the ticker symbol. Roger Ver has completely made Bcrash illegal, so that's never going to work. So the only genuine commodity that we have is Bitcoin, which has got its chain starting at the Genesis block. The only thing that's changed is the ticker symbol. The protocol remains the same. Yes, indeed. All right, let's crack on with these figures then. So we've got Bitcoin hash rate 0.25%. Look at that. 0.25% of the hash rate being able to process 58.3% of the overall transactions on the entire network and 88.54% of the block size. Amazing. So we'll just have a quick word with Craig Oshi Nakamoto. So Craig, can you tell us what your expectations are of Bitcoin? You know, what is it you want in terms of price movement, with price being a reflection of value and value being a reflection of its utility?
I want Bitcoin not to go up to 10,000 or 100,000. I want it to be worth millions per Bitcoin.
Sounds good to me, mate. I mean, just let me help out and I'll stick my foot in and help it along. Yeah, when you strip everything down, is that it?
That's it. And that's what we spend money for. Very simple.
Love it. Love it. So, yeah, network nodes 1.28%. All right, let's check out these big blocks here. But before we do that, we'll just line the screen up here. Have it set up for Michael Saylor. So, Michael, thank you for coming on the show. Can you tell us what sort of things should we be looking for in Bitcoin? What do we want?
Big blocks.
Yeah? What size?
$100 million chunks.
Nice. Whereabouts?
On the blockchain.
I thought so. Let's have a little look then. So, I'll have a look at the megabyte. Whoa, well, look at this. This is huge. These are the megabyte blocks coming through on Bitcoin. 37, 28, 5, 17, 2, 51, 1, 85, 34, 94, 182, 11, 48, 24, 18, 4, 22, 40, 16, 36, 35, 84, 10 and 147. They are massive. Good stuff. Glad to see that. So look at Amory's Fisher Price Cash looks still struggling to get all of his blocks over a kilobyte, let alone anywhere near a megabyte. And Bcrash, how many blocks do they have over a megabyte? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that it? And Coolcoin, look, they're struggling to fill all of their puny blocks. So how many blocks do they have over a megabyte? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that it? Just 10 blocks over a megabyte. No way. No way. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. All right, hash rate. Hash rate follows price, follows value, follows utility, follows creativity, initiative, and intelligence. If you are intelligent and you apply creativity and initiative, you can make something useful. When something is useful, it can then create value. When it creates value, it can then develop a price. When it develops a price, it can then be measured against the cost of other goods and services and used as a medium of exchange. Boom. Next, proof of work by network, Coolcoin, Bcrash, Fisher Price Cash will fall into their own footprints because that's what Ponzi schemes do. Bcrash, Bitcoin hash rate, who cares? Bcrash, Bitcoin, proof of work, who cares? It is currently 8,488 times cheaper to transact on Bitcoin, which is cheaper than any of these other alternative shit coins as well. And 1.1% more profitable to mine on SV. What's going on there? Yeah, interesting. So we've got daily average Bitcoin block size by network. Let's have a look at this proportionally. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Block size going up. Loving that. Loving that. So average block size 8.32 megabytes. Love it. Love it. All right, very good. And daily Bitcoin transactions by network, Bitcoin winning. Transactions per block by network, Bitcoin winning. Fees. So this is total fees in the block. So it's to do with their transaction volume. But we're expecting huge increases in price and transaction volume soon. So keep an eye on that. Daily average Bitcoin fees by network Satoshis. Yeah, again, keep an eye on that. This is fees to block reward ratio. Again, we'll monitor this with time. So daily accumulated Bitcoin blockchain growth by network. Look at that, parabolic. Let's see where we are. Here we go, and let's move this along a little bit. All right, where are we? So that is now, we are now 405 gigabytes of data on chain. So Craig, if you can just tell us what we can expect for Bitcoin in the future, that would be great.
We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks.
Oh, massive blocks, massive blocks.
We've tested 1 million transactions a second.
Loving that.
And transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes.
One that can run operating systems. Fantastic. And the rest of it?
Can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Everything that happens globally, all derivatives. And let's be clear, derivatives are estimated to be between $800 trillion and $1 quadrillion in market cap. Yes, indeed. You know, oh, amazing, amazing. I cannot wait for this. And let's have a look to see how far we are in front. 49.66 gigabytes. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Good grief. You know, it's really not going to take long. Well, I mean, well, taking into account the rate of acceleration, good grief. I mean, like, give it a year, 12 months, and we'll be double the size of BTC. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Love it. Love it. Global hash rate 7 days. All right, global hash rate 24 hours. Probably the same as CoreCoin. Yeah, relatively similar. Bcrash, what a complete waste of time and energy that is. Let's have a look at the profitability. It's why Hathor is on there. It's still the same. It's only 1.6% more profitable to mine on Bcrash. That's really quite funny. And let's have a look at Bitcoin. Look at this. Tau is 68% of the hash rate on Bitcoin. Absolutely macking it, trying to squeeze via BTC off. Good to see SV Pool on there. And looks like maybe F2 Pool gesturing. Amary's Cash, what a joke that is. So bearing in mind, this protocol here is the only one with any fundamental value. And the reason we're trying to squeeze all these shitcoiners off the chain is because the only thing they understand is price manipulation and price suppression, which we will look at in the short positions right now. There we go. Starting off at the beginning of the month, 90%. Where are we now? 92. What a joke that is. And let's have a look at CoreCoin. Here we are. Yeah, so that was when the previous short price dump came in. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness me. Short ratio 24%. 24% short ratio on BTC. On Bitfinex. Wow, that is massive. That is massive. Dirty traders have no loyalty whatsoever. They're literally like piranhas. They see a problem, they'll take it. Wow, 24%. That's huge. That's huge. Cracks starting to emerge. Their beloved BTC piece of crap. Dear oh dear. And let's have a look at Bitcoin Blocks Live. Here we go, and for any newbies watching this, the vertical rectangular blocks moving across the top of the screen are the transactions being recognised by the nodes on the network. Once they're recognised by the nodes on the network, they're thrown into the memory pool. And they're recognised instantly because the Bitcoin network is an ultra-small world Mandela network, which basically means that as the size of the network increases, the density of the links goes to zero, making it ultra-small world and highly sparse respectively. The original network formulation can lead to an improved topology against malicious attacks, so the network stays up. It's a phenomenal network. So once the transactions are in the memory pool, they're then competed for by the miners and payment processors in order to create a block, put the transaction within a block, place the block on the blockchain, which is when they're rewarded with the Coinbase data, otherwise known as the block reward, otherwise known as freshly minted Bitcoin. So we can see all these large blocks coming through that we've just seen on CoinDance. Very good. So in this 182 megabyte block, you can see in the highlighted rectangular blocks below that, the hash of the block height, who it was mined by, size, the time, the date, the transaction count, and the total fees in the block. And it's these fees in the block that will eventually surpass the block reward, which we will let Laura Shin explain very shortly. But let's have a quick look at the chart, movers and shakers. Okay, always worth checking, always worth checking. Here we go. Right, so take the floor, Laura Shin.
So, as you mentioned, at a certain point when the block reward stops, there will be a transition where miners will be compensated in transaction fees, not in the block reward. And the current amount that they earn is from fees is about 9% of the block reward. And so we'd have to see transaction fees 11x by roughly 2140, which is when the new Bitcoins will stop being minted. But I just wondered, if we don't see an increase in the amount of transactions that can happen at layer one, because the number of layer one transactions is limited. And right now, I feel like a lot of the scaling is focusing on layer two. Can transaction fees 11x in that time, or will that require people to pay a lot more per transaction?
Over the next couple halving cycles, we should see it start to predominantly be the value that is compensated to the miners in the block reward. If Bitcoin is the world reserve currency that doesn't have a strong security model, like there's not a lot of monetary compensation in the block reward due to transaction fees, well, then its long-term security will be weak. If it is the world reserve currency, there will be very, very many layer one transaction fees.
Okay, yeah. So it sounds like you think it is possible that the amount in transaction fees will maybe not be enough on layer one to replace the block reward when the time comes.
Absolutely, there won't be enough to replace the block reward when the time comes, because layer 1 has been purposely restricted to 1 megabyte blocks, which means they average about 4.6 transactions per second, 7 if all the stars in the universe align. Do you honestly think that 7 transactions a second was meant to economically sustain and service all of this lot? The new world commercial internet. This is the backbone of the world's new financial system. It is absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. Staggering, in fact. I love it. I love it. BitInfo charts, where are we today? 14.5, get in there. Overall transactions on the entire CMC, which is CoinMarketCap. But we know that XRP and Ethereum are fundamentally worthless anyway. And we'll just have a listen to David Schwartz explaining that XRP has got no fundamental value whatsoever.
The XRP is a digital asset. It's censorship resistant. It's publicly traded. It trades on the XRP ledger. Ripple does not own or control the XRP ledger in any way.
Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit.
So how did Ripple then get all the XRP that it has? It has about half the supply. So just how did that particular transaction happen?
Good question. How did Ripple end up with half the supply of XRP?
So the way its design works is when the ledger first began operation, the 100 billion XRP, all that will ever exist, were sort of up for grabs.
And remind me to go and have a look at the economic theory of being sort of up for grabs.
And lots of people grabbed XRP out of that system, but it just so happens that obviously, just like early miners mined, huge amounts of Bitcoin before the public knew about it or was using it, early XRP users grabbed large amounts of that pool of XRP. And so the people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
Brilliant. One more time, David.
The people who developed the ledger wound up with, the vast majority of it.
And Ethereum not being able to scale.
It scales somewhat. Initial plans or initial we knew it wasn't going to be scalable for sure.
Fail. Let's have a look at BitInfo charts, transactions, last 24 hours, 3 years on a log curve. Can you spot Bitcoin? Boom. Yes, you can. Look at that. Transactions moving up nicely. Nicely. Loving that. Scaling test network, just checking the figures here. Yeah, always worth checking. And now Steve Shadders on Terranode.
We have run this across all 10 nodes, and I have actually seen volumes in excess of 100,000 per second. I wasn't quite brave enough to try that one today, live on stage. But there we have a real-life example of a Terranode that is able to scale. If I had more time, I would show you one that's actually running at a steady-state capacity and show that it actually can continue for a long period of time without any problems. For reference, we don't think that the Bitcoin SV software would be able to handle a validation rate like that at this point in time. By the end of this month, we're hoping to actually have alpha versions of Terranode listening on the mainnet. They won't be trying to produce blocks. They'll just be listening and processing peer-to-peer messages. We'll also build, we have built scale testnets, global scale testnets for the Terranode specifically. We can't do this on the scaling testnet because we'll crush it. Because we have proven that Terranode can scale, we've proven what Satoshi always said about Bitcoin. Bitcoin can and does scale. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve Morlike. Absolutely amazing. Trends.cash, well, TDX, up still macking a crypto fights. Look at this, 39.8% of apps ranking by performed actions. Absolutely motoring ahead. Absolutely motoring. That is blinding. That is blinding. Wow. Fantastic. Loving that. Loving that. Full charts. So this is BTC All Exchange Reserve. Yes, they have been cashing out, and what counteracted the cashing out was the excessive tether printing. But excessive tether printing combined with a squeeze in the liquidity has caused a massive bubble and a spike in the price. It's not looking good. Let's have a look at what's on chain. What is on chain? Estimated next block size 5.77. Memory pool usage currently 11.35. Lovely jubbly. Look at the transactions coming in. Joho's memory pools. This is what a memory pool is meant to look like. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. Data comes in, then it gets cleared. What it's not meant to look like is BTC, which always looks absolutely insane. Look at that. Absolutely no uniformity in that whatsoever. A complete and utter shambles. And we can see the effect that it's had on TX Street. And while we're looking at this, we'll let Adam Back, the CEO of Blockstream, explain his expectations of a payment network.
So, fee estimation in some cases is quite bad. If you're paying a friend, you can probably afford to wait 4 hours and not pay a priority fee.
Oh, shut up. Shut up. So we've got a median fee, $1.21. Remember to add that onto your cup of coffee when you want one, if you want to pay for it with Coolcoin. And Ethereum median transfer fee, $1.10. Good grief. Vitalik, what have you got to say about that?
The Internet of Money should not cost 5 cents a transaction. It's kind of absurd.
Really? So what do you call $1.10? Want to explain yourself? No, I didn't think so. Let's have a look at our own issues that we're dealing with. Look at this. Excessive money printing. What do we know about that?
Statistical analysis has found that every time an empire begins to near its own demise, you'll find that its currency will be debased.
And that's exactly what we're looking at here. It's not looking good, is it? So knowing that Bitcoin is the only thing that can save us, how are we feeling about it today? CoinGecko. Oh, I moved it down here. Feeling good. 54%. Good grief. People just don't understand what Bitcoin is. BitPing. Let's have a look. BitPing monitoring the world's networks. Look at this. So money flow per hour, 72 cents. This is the Bitcoin network monitoring all the other networks around the world and their downtime, because Bitcoin is the only network that is up 24/7. Loving that. And the morning run, where are we now? So trade volume 5,454. Good. Stay away from this, people. Move fast and break stuff does not mean breaking the law. Look at our transaction count. So there's been 431,228 purchases in the last 24 hours. Exciting stuff. Let's have a look at the depth charts. So we've currently got 4.3 million asks versus 3.3 million bids. Prices on the way down. Yeah, just catching that on the way down. Let's have a look at Bitcoin versus USD. Here we go. Ooh, sort of trending sideways at the moment. And a Coolcoin versus USD. There we go. Oh, trending downwards, trending downwards. Oof. And let's have a look at Bitcoin versus Coolcoin. Oh, Battle Royale, Battle Royale. Loving that. Winning, winning. We'll take that. And CMC. Let's have a look at this. Coolcoin down 1.9%. And where is Bitcoin? Down 1.5. But I mean, look at this. The entire market cap, we've got a $1.3 trillion market cap, and of that, only 2.5 billion is genuine value. It's really not looking good at all. My goodness. YouTube's 591 subs, approaching 600. Loving that. And Streamanity. Made $1.60 on my previous video. 8 people paid. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed the shows. I do appreciate your support. It's going up little by little, but that'll do. And Twitch. Let's have a look at my profile. $100 made so far. Loving that. Let's have a look at Twitch new users over a 24-hour period from Acorn Stack. Here we go. And 39 new users. That's all right. Better than none. Let's have a look at Ruthie's tweet. Check this out. Hey, 1K. Let's have a look. Oh, it's not registering likes over 1K. What? Censorship. Censorship. That's outrageous. That's outrageous. Dear oh dear. And our man Satoshi. 79.8k followers. Bring it. Come on. Let's get that over 80,000. And a stablecoin printer. USDC, as always, US dollar circle coin, and Binance coin. Look at that, no tether. Good grief, wow. And I just saw a tweet there from Calvin saying Cobra is defaulting on his court order. Look at this. Huh. Cobra is now in default of the court order to pay Craig's costs. This should be interesting. Love it, love it. Right, people, we're now up to date with the figures. Hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. Buy BSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at TonicPow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.